Danny's a relatively small but very supportive community. There are some 25 residents who live here and 8 staff, so it's a very high level of staff to resident ratio. The most important thing is that it's not institutional. Anyone who lives here, Danny becomes their own home, and it's as much their home as it is mine. Perhaps Danny's greatest moment in history was when Lloyd George, Prime Minister at the end of the First World War, rented the house, and many of the greats of the period stayed here. October the 13th, 1918, when an Imperial War Cabinet meeting was held in the Great Hall, they agreed the terms to end the Great War.
We can be totally independent if we want to. Because our apartments are private. And I must say, we've had far more contact with interesting people since we've been here in March than we had for months back at home. Because being unable to drive, although we lived in a village, we were isolated. And the change is quite extraordinary.
We like the amount of independence that we have. But all the worries are taken away. You know, we don't have to think about things like repairs to the house because we're renting, and we don't have to do the shopping and cooking and all that sort of thing. So that's taken away from us. But we've got enough freedom to do what we want to.
It offers you everything you want. You can make your own life.
Of course, we all eat meals communally, so that's good. Everybody knows everybody else.
One of the beautiful things about Danny is it's a supportive, loving community. The staff here bend over backwards to support the residents, and the residents themselves help each other.
There's a fantastic staff group here. They're so kind and very efficient and always want to help.
The staff here are absolutely fabulous. We just are so lucky because they look after us with care. I mean, they really want to help us and please us,
and they look after us, and they do more than that. They go beyond their call of duty. They're very attentive, and they like human beings, and they show it.
Oh, they're lovely. They're so kind and helpful, and very hard-pressed, of course.
Nothing is any trouble to the staff or to Richard. They're all so kind.
When we want to go to the Hurstpierpoint Medical Centre, one of his or John, who mows the grass, will always take us up there.
You know, a lot of these places wouldn't have that kind of attention.
When I saw it on paper, I thought it was pretty high. But having lived here and got used to the facilities, it isn't high. And I've heard other people say, when they've come here and seen our apartment and spoken to us, they think it's very good value indeed.
It is a very reasonable price.
It includes absolutely everything. Council tax, electricity, water, everything that one used to have to pay for in a house. I find it extremely good.
If 4 of you want to go to the theatre, Richard will organise the transport for you, all included in our cost. So there are so many extras that the bare figure of the cost, the monthly cost, doesn't really signify.
The food is so good. I'm delighted. I don't want to have to cook anymore. And we have breakfast, beautiful lunches, and a marvellous supper. which is just main course and then laid out for anything. You really can't begin to fault it.
The food is really very good. We have, when it's Christmas or anything special, they really pull the stops out and go to town.
This estate of Richard's is about 150 acres in the national park. And we have a big flock of sheep here. He has about 400 ewes. And so we get Danny lamb for lunch, which is terrific. There's quite a big hill over here called Waltonbury Hill, and every summer Richard puts on a picnic for us on the top of that hill and provides transport.
We have our annual picnic up there, and Richard arranges for every last detail: trestle tables, chairs, napkins, white tablecloths, wine.
It's rather like a film set with silver candelabras and all the rest of it, and residents sit there overlooking Danny and enjoying a very special picnic.
Mr. Burroughs frequently puts on a drinks party to get people together. In fact, when my wife and I came down here in March, he put one on to introduce us to the other residents.
Tuesday morning, she comes in from Hurstpierpoint, I think, and they do, it's not ballroom dancing, they do sort of clever dancing.
We do line dancing of all things, and that is a young woman from outside comes in to give us instruction.
A very knowledgeable man came and gave us a talk about the Italian artist Caravaggio. Well, it's so interesting, it's so varied, and every Tuesday evening there is a film show.
Sitting all around here were about 10 people belonging to the book club here, all discussing the book that they had to read in the last 6 weeks, and the discussion was wonderful.
Concerts, singers.
We are allowed to go to, as well. So
We're invited as guests.
And also the thing is, it's like being in your own house. You can go, and we go to the theatre, we go up to London, we go to Brighton. You do what you feel like. Go out for meals for change, just to get, that break in routine.
I play bridge here. I play bridge, I play croquet. I dance sometimes. And what else do I do? Oh, and we have a wonderful gym class here as well on Wednesday morning when we do all these exercises.
This is intended for older people, so the exercises are geared for the long in tooth.
Most interesting countryside round here, and people in the house organise visits to interesting gardens and other houses in the district. And the bus is laid on by Richard for us to go and visit these places.
Danny's beautifully located. It's only 45 miles south of London. You can catch a train from Hassocks Station that's only 1.5 miles away and be in the centre of London in 50 minutes. Brighton's a mere 8 miles to the south, and we have a lovely village called Hurstpierpoint that's 1.5 miles away that has 20 or so shops, which provides all the local services you need.
So I came home and wrote this poem called Twin World. Nature opts for a sky bedappled by puffing clouds, a sun massaging the airless air, the breeze locked up for the duration. A rugged tree rooted in history, its branches scratching the low-bellied clouds, gazes with narcissistic longing into a lake so limpid it twins the world. Where a bird airborne below swoops up, upside down, pas de deux, with a partner soloing in the upper blue, and a leaf wafting up fuses with its downfalling mate to unite a perfect togetherness impossible to imitate. The image sky reflects actual reality, surpassing the power of words to catch the echoing truth of our inner second world.